Welcome to our today's English lesson that is going to be on direct speech. Just to go back a bit in our last lesson, we were mentioning something about direct to indirect speech, of which we gave examples like Mary said, "I go to church." So when Mary spoke about going to church, we were changing that sentence into the indirect. And we mentioned something like Mary said that she goes to church, and many examples. So let us go to our today's lesson. And we're going to take our first example. That is going to be the first example. Joseph said that she was late. So we are saying this one is whatever Joseph said in the past. Joseph said that she was late. So this sentence is said to be in the indirect. This one is reported. Indirect is same as reported. It's reported speech. We report what somebody says in the past. As this one, the actual words of the speaker are always quoted. We put them in quotation marks. The actual words spoken by the speaker, of which in this manner, the first sentence that I've given here is an example of an indirect speech that we have reported. So how do we now change this to look like in the direct speech? So we'll begin by saying that Joseph said. Begin by that. Joseph said. We put a comma and then we open speech mark, and then we said I. We say I am late. Then we put a full stop and then put the end of quotes. So if you are a very keen learner in the board, we have begun this name Joseph with a capital letter, and then after said, there is a comma, and then we open our speech marks. And then just after opening the speech mark, we have a capital letter, I am late, a full stop, and then end of quote. Don't end before you put a full stop. Put a full stop first, then end. Don't end using a quotation mark, and then put a full stop after that. It is not practical, and hence you'll be charged for that learner. So we ensure that our work is always right. We ensure that our work is always right. So if you're very keen, there's something you've realized here, that she, that is up here, she has changed to be I am. She said that she was late. Now when we are reporting the actual words spoken by that person, we say, I say that I am late. So Joseph said that, Joseph said, we now put the actual words, I am late. You can now talk about, Joseph is not she. We can talk of he. Joseph said that he was late. So you can put the word he as well here. Joseph said that he was late. So he or she has changed to be I am. And that is what we are emphasizing in this particular lesson. This is Roman 1. Number 2, we are going to talk of Mary said. Mary said that she goes to church. So now if you can see this, Mary said that she goes to church. The actual word spoken by this Mary, that she goes to church. She goes to church. So that is what we are going to change. Hence goes, the verb goes that is here, is going to change to go. And then we come to the actual word, and we say Mary said, comma, open the quotation marks, and we say, I go to church. I go to church. Now, why do we say I go, but not goes? Ask yourself that question, and then we get the answer. When we talk of persons here. First person, we talk of I, we in the plural form, and then we have you. Learn all this. We talk of go. We can't say I goes. We can't say we goes. We can't say you goes. We say you go, I go, we go. But other persons, like the second person, no, the third person. This is first and second. We talk of I, we, and you. So in the third person, we have he, she, we have they, we have it, and etc. So he, she, they, and it, those are third persons. And the third person will now add something. No, they is also here. But in this matter, we don't put they. You can't say they goes, say they go. So they will also come here. They will also come there, talk of they go. But he, she, it, we talk of goes. We add s to them because they are the third person. So now that is why when you come here, we can't say I goes, but to say I go to church. Mary say that I go to church. That is the reporter. See, if you are very keen, just as I underlined here, goes will change to go because of I. So I still assume that it was that Mary said that she went to church. You could come and say Mary said I went to church. As well, you will just come and say I went to church because in the past tense. So number 3, you come and talk of the judge. The judge ordered the witnesses. The witness to keep quiet. And Lana, this spelling of quiet gives you trouble. The spelling of quiet I normally emphasize in each and every lesson I teach. Quiet, as it's written here, it has I-E-T, different to quiet. That is spelled like this. So Lana, don't confuse the two. This is quiet for opposite of loud, and then this is quiet. Quiet is just to show extreme. Somebody is quite sick, meaning somebody is extremely sick. So much for that. So let's go to what we're doing. The judge ordered the witness to keep quiet. And they come and say, the judge said to the witness, the judge said to the witness, comma, we open our speech mark and say, keep quiet. Keep quiet. That is exactly what the judge said. And then you put an exclamation mark. Because if you look at here, he ordered. When somebody orders somebody, you exclaim. You order in a strong way. Keep quiet. Shut up. And etc. So in such a use, Lana, we use an exclamation mark. Let's go to our example 4. Example 4. In example 4, we're going to say Tony, Jenny. Number 4. Jenny told that she had been sleeping all the afternoon. So Jenny said, in this man we just say Jenny said, open and comma and open. Capital letter will begin capital after opening quote marks, the speech marks. So I have been sleeping. I have been sleeping I have been sleeping all the afternoon. All the afternoon. So if you're keen, we are seeing have here. Have was used in that sentence. Jane is told that she had been sleeping. So had in this manner has changed. Had has changed to be have. Because this was in the past. He had been sleeping. It was past continuous tense. He had been sleeping all that time. So when we bring here it here after opening speech marks, it is now Jane who is talking. Jane said, so we can now say I had, not talk of I have been sleeping. So this was what I'm talking about. Had will change to be have in that manner. Then you go to number 5. The boss advised. The boss advised the clerk. The boss advised the clerk to be always punctual. So Lana, it is the word advised here. This is in the past. So you talk of the boss advised the clerk. Advised the clerk, comma, and open speech marks. Be always, after opening and remember, begin with the capital letter. Be always punctual. Be always punctual. Full stop, then end of quotes. Number 6. Number 6 will be the florist asked the lady if she knew more about flowers than she. So Lana, just before you go to this sentence, there's this part here, than she. In any case, we are doing any comparison, Lana, you know that she is an example of a pronoun, words that are used to replace the noun. So instead of saying Jane, you can replace that by saying she. She is Jane. She is a girl. This is Jane. She is a girl. So this she has just replaced this noun. So this type of noun is normally called a nominative pronoun. And all nominative pronouns, you know them, normally have I, that will change to be me. We normally have I, then we have we, that changes to be us. Then we have you, which change to be just you. We normally have he, which change to be him, and etc. We can't finish them now because I was just giving an example. So long as these ones here, then these ones here, all these are the nominative pronouns, and then these ones here on the other side are called the objective. These ones are the objective pronouns, and the objective pronouns are used in a number of cases. But when we are doing this comparison, use of than, remember always use the nominative part. That's why this person is saying more about florist than she. So we use the she. Where is it? So her, she here. This side will be her. So this part will still come under that. So we shall talk of she. She is bigger than you. She is bigger than we. She is bigger than I. She is bigger than he. She is bigger than she. So now we'll do comparison, talk of that. Don't say she is bigger than her, that she is taller than him. It sounds well in your mouth, but it is wrong. She is smarter than us. Very wrong. She is smarter than we. So when you're doing comparison after any comparison verb, when you're doing any comparison, learner, ensure that the next verb there becomes a nominative pronoun. That was my emphasis there. So let us go to the sentence where we have the florist asked the lady if she knew more about flowers than she. And that will become, the florist said to the lady. The florist, I hope you know a florist. A florist is somebody who sells flowers. Somebody who sells flowers. So the florist asked, or you can talk of said to the lady, if, no, I'm forgetting, the florist said to the lady, comma, and then you put opening speech marks, do you know more about flowers? Begin a capital letter. Do you know more about flowers? About flowers than I. Because of she, is now she who is talking. So we talk of I. Comma, no, full stop, and end of quotes. So the florist said to the lady, do you know more about flowers than I? Correct. Number seven, the girl requested the policeman. The girl requested the policeman to let her go home. Let her go home. So we will come and say that the girl said to the policeman, comma, open speech marks, please, and after you open, please write a letter, please let me go home. After full stop, you put an end of quote. So to make this become very, very practical, the girl said to the policeman, please let me go home. Please let me go home. There was her here, but here is the girl who is now talking. So talk of me, can't talk of her again. So and then that place, Lana, I'll give 2 more orally, then we can now be able to do the work clearly. Our example 8 was, Tim asked if he should arrange the books. Tim asked if he should arrange the books. So we will come and begin. Tim said, comma, open speech marks, shall I arrange the books? Shall I arrange the books? Because you have if he should arrange. Shall I? You know that shall. Should is just the past tense of. There is the past tense of should. So that is why it's used there. Tim said, shall I arrange the books? It's correct. Then number 9. My friend asked me whether I worked on Saturday. My friend asked me whether I worked on Friday, on Saturday. So come to the direct speech talk of my friend said, comma, and open speech mark. Do you work on Saturday? Do you work on Saturday? So Lana, I don't have any other thing to add there. So I'm going to give work, just about 10 questions only, for your practice, as far as a change of indirect to direct speech is concerned. So I hope you are together in this lesson and we have seen how the verbs change and how the pronoun. Once you understand how the pronouns change there, Lana, here we change from she and becomes I in this manner. So if you have understood that, Lana, you have also seen how her has changed here to be me. So with the understanding of that, you are able to attempt my 10 questions well, of which I'll mark, and we see if you have gotten the message or you are still where you are. So until next time, I want to wish you a safe stay at home and a very, very busy time as your teachers give you a lot of work to do. Thank you and God bless you.